Herkese merhaba. Olabildiğince hızlı bir şekilde devam ediyorum seriye. Önceki bölüm ne yaptık? Cesedi otopsisini yaptık. Sağ otopsisi denilen bir şey varmış. Onu yaptık. Sonra bir boşluğa düştük. Çünkü otopsi sonuçları gelene kadar bir şey yapamayız. Ben de o yüzden diyorum ki etraftaki karakterlerle etkileşime geçelim. Bakalım ne olacak. Kitabı soralım.
Yes, hello? Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Ne iş yapıyorsun'a getireceğiz
Not
yani.
all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read. It is. I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
Yes. Yardımına ihtiyacınız var
What
mı?
with?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
Belki kocanız falan kayıptır.
My husband? No, he's not. I don't know. At home now?
Where is this going, officer?
Yes, but no. Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband.
Çok
It's got to be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't?
çok saçma bir şey yapıyoruz. Devam edelim bakalım.
No, absolutely not.
Tamam,
Are you a
nedir orası?
policeman or a nanny? They are not missing.
You know where they are.
What? That they're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age. My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 6. Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeated? There is.
Okay, it must be asked then. Her hands, another comrade.
I don't mean.
For what it's worth?
I don't.
It's a trap.
Hızlıca geçiyorum
Even if
ya.
I. Great. Nothing.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Hayvan
Anladım.
kayıpmış. Tamam
The
okey.
story.
You step.
What is?
She seems to be confused. She steps back. The woman before.
Tamam okey. Hayvanı varmış. Hayvanı varmış. Şurada biri oturmuş. Buna bir bakalım. Beni tanımıyorlar falan diyor. Şu zillere bir basalım ya.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons. You ring the doorbell. What an ominous name for a hair salon. All you hear is static. You ring the doorbell. You wait for a minute or two. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
She sounds almost antique. As if her voice. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the.
My God,
The lieutenant exchanges.
it's you. My God, I didn't think I would hear your voice here.
Kim?
She must be mistaking you for someone else. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Seni tanıyor muyum?
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds.
it's so nice to be able to.
She sounds like she doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you. Another seagull passes by.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
Gerçekten yani. Sıçayım böyle
You
işe.
press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. Silence. No one answers the
Willick
doorbell.
Emraks'ın arkasındaki bir neydi? Sera vardı. Sera'nın arkasında bir bodrum vardı. Oraya gidebiliriz.
Nothing happens after you ring
Ama
the
buradan değil
doorbell.
galiba.
They don't want to talk to you. Silence. This button looks new.
Huh. This button.
Peki ben buradan girebiliyor muyum? Yok. Tamam, bu taraflardan değil. Buradaki amcalarla konuşacağımız bir şey yok galiba. Şurada bir poşet mi var ne bu?
This coin-operated view. Why place a tourist attraction?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried. They got as far as the street lamps and that statue on the intersection before something went sour. I suspect it was Everard's class doing. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here. That's odd.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. The metal feels cold and wet, and
Probably some kids.
a thick that's under the graffiti. You know this. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small.
Tamam, buralarda çok bir şey yokmuş. Şunu ne olduğuna bir bakalım. Ben bu torbayı elime alabiliyor muyum? İyi, güzel. Bundan sonra şeyler de şey yapabilirim. Şeyleri de toplayacağım.
Whoa. What a bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that.
Burası neresi?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Ya bir apartman yan duvarıyla niye ilgileneyim ki?
Are you trying to sneak up on me?
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig.
Siz çocuklardan nefret ediyorum ya. Bu ne yapıyor? Tepki hızımızı arttırıyor. Retorik veriyor bu. Ansiklopedi sadece. Retoriğimizi düşürüp tepki hızımızı arttırabiliriz. Şimdilik öyle kalsın.
This must be it. The basement. You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the.
I guess no one is in.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No.
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for. But every day tells you something new about yourself. Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrard we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it. Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this.
Yok, aşıyorum
You
ben
try
burayı.
to be as silent as you can. Finally, the door there might be A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human, a little ring. Though cheerful, the image, there's something disdainful in the way, the curves and lines. It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath, he's just making fun of these people. You ain't gonna change someone's mind by... The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Bizdeki kupayı bir çıkartalım.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the whirling's container to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magic. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some...
You could ask Everard who this person...
Ama burada bile olsa sendika başkanının bizi yönlendirdiği bir ev olduğu için çok da iyi düşünemem ya hani bu konuda. Abi bir tane de bir şey aldık, ne bu? Kavramlaştırmayı arttırıyor, manipülasyonu düşürüyormuş. Bunu giyelim o zaman.
This is the flag of Revachol. This isn't just one sun, but there are little... It's an optical, atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one.
The tenant is an...
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing. The lieutenant does not bow to the flag. It accepts your salute with...
Burada kimse yaşamıyor ya. Şurada ne var?
There must be another way into the building.
Involved in this.
Ses niye öyle oldu bir anda? Ürküttü.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Beaton, My maiden name. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just...
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition. But she...
Why, yes I am. Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Technically, the neighboring Ozone and Fas Alamer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass, the fourth largest.
Okay, if you want to get technical. The point is, we're all on islands here, and sail is still the most expedient way to get from one island to another, especially when you're in a hurry to resolve a strike. I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol, and it's for crossing long distances in a greater...
Neither is this. A toy I'm...
You need to make this late. Before you do, it would be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on...
Oh my, the E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption?
Detective,
Then what does 33A? This old proletarian haunt here? As I said, plenty...
She takes a sip.
Okay. Of course,
Nothing happens for quite a while.
as they do.
the thoughts happen inside his brain.
It doesn't.
My, it's as if there's a tiny spinner on the side of his head and he's reeling thought.
Except he isn't.
Of course. Lieutenant, I truly don't...
I told you his methods are unconventional.
Your marbles on glass. It was quite a while ago. The boat? It's a pleasure craft. My sloop?
I'm enjoying this part of the interview.
Officer.
The crown, her nonchalance might be...
Good. What we do? I'm afraid I don't...
There was a touch of discomfort there. She nods.
Everything. Right up to, but not first. You'd have to repeal the Good luck is only kept in place by the vest...
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM...
You'd be shooting yourself.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery...
And how are the talks going?
They're not.
Wait, she just admitted.
Now they won't even let me into... Oh,
My
of course. Yes, I believe there is a connection.
She's resolute in
Böyle
this.
çok hızlı
Let's
geçmek
say-
And when
istiyorum
did you
ya.
first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks...
But the
I wasn't the original...
this season...
Heavens, no.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
Gerçekten çok hızlı geçmek istiyorum. Şu diğer adama ne oldu?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he... Fuck off, midget. Go... Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably.
Then you might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy. Personally, I don't think it has the same pizzazzo as every worker, a member of the board. It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision, about what? About anything really, it needs, just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they king, they're having a... I'm not sure. And now,
Excuse me.
I first heard
This? No. Wait.
the
Don't let her answer it herself.
If these workers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then
It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later
Tamam,
occasion.
Everard hakkında ne?
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interest. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemable... Have you seen him?
Yo.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does. And when one's term is... It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came in...
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have... And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Why do you think so?
What she calls corruption is simply an aesthetic category.
Point taken. But enough about Everard. What else can I do for you? I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous 4...
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work.
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence. Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name. And I downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Hoş bulmadım.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Corruption. That's how he's done it.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself. How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take?
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting.
Oh. That's so...
The lieutenant looks at you, and he's able to contain the anger and surprise.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting... Well, maybe he's not as helpful as you thought then. Of course, detective. Should something come up later down the road? Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Linç olayı hakkında bir şeyler.
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade
tamam.
secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
İyi güzel.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct... And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment.
Oh, and what happened to yours, detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this
Yani-
episode?
Bence öyle.
Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
She must have been suspecting something for...
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the arts.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Nasıl bir anlaşmadan bahsediyorsunuz?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty... Consider this. Perhaps she has been planning it all along.
Ya
That you
92 ile
convinced yourself
tutturamamak çok
into
kötü koyar
colluding with
ya.
her.
Bu arada 92 ile.
Easy.
Huh?
Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
Zar 6 artı 1 7 10 manipülasyondan da artı 4 var. Ha, okey. Kolluk kuvvetleri olarak etkilerimizi göstermenin başka bir yolu vardır.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very...
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
She wants you to help her gain leverage to restart negotiations with the Union.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge, though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Evet, müsaadenizle. Burada duralım. Wild Pines temsilcisini sorguladık bu arada. Ve Wild Pines temsilcisinden çok da bir şey öğrenmedik aslında. Yani karşılıklı çıkar ilişkisi kurduğumuz zaman öğrenci anlatacağını söyledi. Neyse. Burada bir duralım. İzlediğiniz için teşekkürler. Gelecek bölüm görüşmek üzere.